Championship Sunday has come to an end here at the historic Hong Kong Golf Club, and we just witnessed a thrilling finale as Sergio Garcia clinched the individual title with exceptional play, while Fireballs GC emerged victorious in the team competition for a back-to-back championship win. Let's dive into the key moments that define this unforgettable day. Welcome to the Club 54 post-round show. I'm your host, Christian Crosby, joined by the one and only Suen Hang. We just got this in live from Annabelle at the podium. She's with David Puig. Annabelle, over to you.
Hey guys, we've just seen the podium ceremony. The Fireballs back-to-back wins. You're on a pretty good team this year. How do you feel?
No, yeah, very good. It was great 2 weeks in a row, especially for us. And yeah, super excited for what's ahead, and hopefully we can keep this going.
You're a bit smelly right now of champagne, which I think is a very good smell. Do you think you're going to be smelling again next week in Singapore?
Hopefully, yeah. It's, you know, I don't enjoy it that much, obviously, after it, but it's great to smell like champagne, you know. It means that we did a really good job. So hopefully, you know, in the next 11 events, we can keep smelling like this.
I agree. It's the smell of victory.
Yeah.
So, David, what went well for you today?
I think I just played pretty steady golf. Didn't make any bogeys, which is always great. You know, just hit fairways and greens. Didn't make as many putts as I wanted to, but you know, pretty happy with the whole week overall, and obviously super excited for Sergio to get his.
What a win! He looked in control the whole time. Have you learned anything special off of him?
I mean, yeah, every week, you know, I learn something from him. It's just how consistent he is. I think it's amazing to watch and learn. So hopefully I can, you know, start doing the same thing a little bit, and hopefully he wins a lot more.
I think he will. He looked pretty on fire today. Thank you so much for staying and talking to us, and go shower.
Thanks.
Back to you guys.
Oh, great job, Annabelle. That's a first. Go shower.
You tell him, Annabelle.
And there's that champagne shower. That's the shower she's talking about. Whole lot of champagne for Fireballs GC lately. A big congratulations to the team and Sergio Garcia, captain of Fireballs GC, leading the way and grabbing his own individual title. This is Sergio Garcia's 9th win in Asia and his 2nd individual title. Another Fireballs GC member winning in Hong Kong last year, Abe Answer this year, Sergio Garcia. I mean,
same caddy, by the way.
Pretty cool. Oh yeah, wow, yeah.
Back to back for Benji Thompson.
Shout out to Benji.
So, yeah. Well done.
Suen, just how are you feeling right now as Sergio raises that trophy and Fireball celebrate with those champagne showers?
You know, yesterday, or was it day one, I was here on the post show, and you were asking me, who do you think's going to win? And I said Sergio, only because when I watched him, he was so solid. Now, as I said, he's always been regarded as one of the best ball strikers of the game. There's no question there. Pat Perez, Greg Norman, even John Rahm came up to tell me that a couple of events ago of his thoughts of Sergio and his relevance right now. Now, with him, it's all about the flat stick, and he took a putter back into his bag from 6 years ago, and he found so much confidence with it. He looked so good over the golf ball with it, and that was the key to his success this week.
Suen, I was looking at that leaderboard, and it wouldn't stop moving. At one point, I had no idea what was going on.
I'm still cross-eyed right now.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard as we close out Championship Sunday here in Hong Kong. Sergio Garcia, wow, what a show he put on. But Dean Burmester had an incredible back 9 today. Phil Mickelson finishing in 3rd. Love to see him on that podium. Suen, as you're looking at this final round closeout, what do you see? What stands out to you?
But it's certainly very good to see Phil up there on the podium. You saw that John Rahm, another top 10, has not finished outside the top 10s besides the one event that he had to withdraw. Tyrrell Hatton, solid there as well. You know what? Legion 13, they are impressive. Didn't quite have the Sunday they wanted, but still an impressive championship Sunday for them.
Suen, I couldn't agree with you more. Here's the team leaderboard. Fireballs GC getting the Hong Kong title here. Stinger GC finishing in second, a team we didn't speak about too much this week. And how about Ripper GC?
Oh my goodness, yes. I mean, listen, things got really close, right about 6 holes to play. It was back and forth between Stinger and Fireballs, and it was high flyers at one point, and then a couple of guys made bogey, a couple of guys made birdie. Suddenly we have a 4-shot swing. It was just confusing, but that's what's great about Championship Sunday when all 4 scores count. So much can happen, so much about where the players starts, where the players finish. Everyone started in different spots, but Ripper GC, how about that collective effort today? Impressive. But so is Stinger, by the way. They haven't played great in the first couple of events this season and managed to come back today the way they did on Championship Sunday. It's so much fun to watch.
I mean, Suen, you're like right there while this is happening. During that back nine, when the competition starts getting more intense, how much fun is it? What do you see out there? For the fans that are watching, how is it when you see things start to heat up, the competition gets more serious, the leaderboard is going crazy? What are some of the best things you notice out there when you're right there in the action?
Well, I didn't get to follow any of the top 3 teams today, any of the members, but I had to listen in because I knew that I had to do the winning interview, so I had to listen into what was happening. And I literally was struggling to get my thoughts together. Well, what's happening right now? Okay, wait, Fireballs? Wait, no, it's not Fireballs. It's high flyers now. And look, that is the fun part about it all. That's what makes Championship Sundays so exciting, is that there's so much fluctuations with the team championship, especially Sergio playing so well top to bottom. And so then it came down to the team, and it made it really exciting the way it finished.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about Sergio Garcia, our Hong Kong individual title winner. Let's take a look at some of his highlights. Suen, take us through some of these incredible Championship Sunday highlights.
I mean, what a start by Sergio Garcia. The first par 5 third. This was his eagle putt, long range down the hill. Oh, wow. Back of the cup. Always nice to make an eagle early. Now this is his tee shot on the par 3 8th. Difficult hole location today. Pin seeking. I mean, I know I say it all the time, but he is seriously one of the best ball strikers. I love watching him hit the golf ball. And this is him on the 9th. He had to carve one in around the trees. Front right hole location. Stuff City. I mean, golf is easy when you play that well and you strike the ball that well. Now, they moved the tee forward on the 10th today. He chose to lay up, smart play, pitched it up to this point. Another uphill putt. I mean, Dom said it in the coverage. He did such a great job managing this golf course, keeping himself below the hole most of the time, giving him an uphill putt and a higher chance of making it. And of course, that's the winning putt on the 18th. Look at the satisfaction on his face. I mean, he lost 3 playoffs. He was in 4 playoffs in total. Lost 3, won 1, and now this one.
Here's Sergio trying to get away from that champagne that he knew was coming his way right after the win. You love to see it. Big smile on his face, by the way. Not only after the win, but throughout the entire day, I noticed. You love to see it. And right up his nose, the champagne goes. Suen, what does this mean for Sergio Garcia, and what statement is this team Fireballs GC making with this win back-to-back?
I mean, I got to start with Sergio. This has got to feel so good for him confidence-wise. By the way, he has a pretty good track record in Singapore, where we're going to next week, where he won the Singapore Open, obviously one of the playoffs that he lost, but great for Fireballs. I mean, it's got to feel good. I mean, can you imagine going hat-trick?
I can't, Sue, and I'm just going to have to answer honestly. I can't imagine it, but I'm sure it feels good, you know?
Yeah.
Now let's talk about his team, Fireballs GC, who you had a pleasure of interviewing following the round. They seemed so happy. Sergio had some really nice words to say about Luis.
Yeah.
What specifically is making this team so hot right now? No pun intended.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, this golf course, like I said on the first day that we chatted, it really brings a huge part of the field in play. Obviously, we know this golf course suits Abe Answer. David Puig is such a talent. He's so consistent. You know he's going to come out and perform. And then you have Luis Masaveo, who performed fantastically on day one, where he shot 5 under par. Didn't quite have the weekend he wanted. I think a little pressure, maybe a little inexperience there, which I'm sure he got a little comfort from Sergio. But then to make that putt that he did on the 10th, to then get Fireballs ahead, give Sergio a little bit of buffer on the 18th, that's huge. And they have a great camaraderie. And, you know, I think this golf course just suits the Fireballs.
Yeah, it was cool to hear Abe Answer say how much camaraderie they had and that they love each other. It was really cool to see that. Let's take a look at some of their highlights from Championship Sunday. Here are the Fireballs GC, our team champions. Suan, what a team, what an effort today. Here's Abe.
And what a player. I mean, he started off his week terribly. He shot 1 over and then 10 under on the weekend. This is his second on the difficult 6th hole and difficult hole location today. And this is him as well on the short par 3-12. Back left hole location. I mean, that landing spot is the size of a dinner plate, but nope, he's going for it using the contours of the green beautifully. Just about 3-4 feet. And then David Puig on the 6th as well. Man, these guys are making a difficult hole look very easy. That was his birdie putt. And then this for an eagle on the 10th after that wonderful tee shot off the tee.
Beautiful.
And this is Answer on the 1st, his 2nd shot.
Suan, is it safe to say this is the team to beat now?
Oh, I don't know. You know, I think there's a lot of depth in a lot of teams now. I mean, look at Legion 13, Crushes GC, Torquay, High Flyers obviously performing really well. I don't know if there's so much the team to beat. I mean, every team is a team to beat out here, but certainly the Fireballs are coming in form early in the season. And, you know, next week's golf course suits a lot of their games.
Well, Fireballs GC said they're going to Zuma to celebrate.
Zuma,
so
great
I hope they have a good time there tonight. And the world is buzzing about it, and you can join the conversation as well. All you got to do is hashtag LIV Broadcast. As you can see, people are going crazy for Fireballs GC and Sergio Garcia. He's still got it. Congratulations, Sergio. Couldn't agree with you more. Dave Lloyd. Make sure you guys hashtag LIV Broadcast to join. And there's your champions here from Hong Kong. One thing I can tell you, we love to see a win. Fans also love to see a guy named Bryson DeChambeau. They were going crazy for Bryson here in Hong Kong.
Oh, absolutely. I was with him today, and the crowds were amazing and gave him so much love. It was really cool to watch that.
Well, let's not take your word for it. Let's take a deeper look. Here we go.
A big crowd on hand here. The fans have flocked from far and wide. And there's a lot of Crushers fans by the looks of it.
Big crowd following Bryson as usual.
It's fun to hear them shout my name and be able to take care of them. Who are you guys here to see?
Bryson.
Bryson?
DeChambeau.
He gets through more Sharpies per season, no question.
Why do you guys like Bryson so much?
Because he hit this driver far, like me.
He has been so great for the game of golf.
This is what growing the game's about. This is the point of LIV Golf. This is the point of why we're playing globally. This is the point of the Crushers. It's the reason why we're playing this great game. We bring people together.
You gotta love to see that, right?
I love Bryson. Now, I was there on the way to Peggy Goo as we speak, and it was about 20 minutes after play had been done, and he was still there signing. And then I looked back about 15 minutes later, he was still there signing autographs for all these people. He's always been so generous with his time. I mean, there's a reason why he's called the People's Champion, and people love him, and he gives so much of his time and effort and just energy, to be honest. I mean, it's a long day for these guys, and so to stay out there and sign, that's pretty cool of him to do.
It's so cool to see him being the man of the people. I'd say he's probably the best at it for sure. Bryson DeChambeau doing a great job here in Hong Kong. More to come as we discuss Championship Saturday on the Club 54 post-round show. All right, now we couldn't have a post-round show without the one and only Rachel Drummond. Her and Pat Perez are out on the 18th live. Rachel, Pat, tossing over to you. What's going on over there?
Well, we're on the 18th, but as you can see, we've actually got Sergio and Team Fireballs about to walk straight past us. So we were going to go through. We'll let them go past. It's all going on currently. There's the trophy. Not just the win for Sergio, it was a double. Get a look at the crowds. It's more important enough. So Sergio had an immaculate display of golf today. 2024, he was 21st in strokes gained putting. And then so far this season, he's 4th, and that sure did make the difference. So let's see if we can roll into some putts from last year. And then we're going to have a little look. So Pat, as we can see in 2024, his putting just He kept missing, confidence gone. Did you see anything different apart from the putter?
No, he still has the claw grip, and I don't know, he must have putted great.
Yeah,
To shoot that score for 3 days is amazing.
And then this week, as we said, he's 4th in strokes gained this year. He's changed to a blade putter. I saw him earlier on in the week on the putting green. He looked so calm. How important is that to help your pace when you're calm on those greens?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he has a lot of confidence in what he's doing, so, huh?
Do you need any one of them?
I mean, if we can get Sergio. Guys, it's absolute carnage out here currently.
No.
Let's see if we can get the putt. Come over here. Where's our cameraman gone?
We've kind of lost everything here. What do you guys call lost the plot?
Here we go.
That's
Here's
us.
Geordie. Right, here we go. Let's have a little look. I mean, there's a lot more important things. Look at this right now. Okay, so this was the final putt that they had. He's currently trying to change the flag. How important was it to get the pace right on this, Pat? I'm going to give you the putter.
It's very, but it's also more important to have the hole empty so you can actually putt.
Go for the shoes. Go for the Brooks trainers.
Hey, you want me to give you a read?
I mean,
Yeah, here we go. Let's get
come on,
Benji
you hit it.
in.
Here.
Benji Garcia,
Yeah,
tell us
go
the
ahead.
read on that last putt, Benji.
What was the read? How far out was it? He doesn't know. He was over there counting his cash already. He didn't know what the hell was going on. Look at this action. Are you kidding me?
Thank you, gentlemen. Thanks for having us.
Oh, it looks good,
baby.
Benji. It looks good, Benji.
Baby. Low. Always low.
Well, now you know to read.
Huh?
Perfect. Pat, so let's have a little look at this putt. Talk about start line. Where do you think we need to start this one? How
Outside
important
that
is
ball
start
mark.
line when you're putting? So at the ball marker?
Down at the end.
When you used to putt, is that
It
what
does.
you looked at? That's
God damn. Woo!
perfect. Benji, did you give Garcia reads this
That's
week,
brutal.
or does he just
I read
hit
one
himself?
putt.
No, hold
One
on.
putt.
I read one putt
Hey, I
this
don't
week
play
on
anymore.
number 9.
Remember,
It was the wrong
I'm
one. He said,
retired.
get out the way.
And why do you
Remember, I'm
think his
retired.
putting has improved this year?
That's not good either. Oh, boy. There we go.
He's
Now
been
you're playing.
just grinding and.
Now that's the kind of help
Well,
I
since
need
my
right
first week, I
there.
don't know a whole lot of what's been going on, but he putted great.
You
I
missed
just,
a
I
Hong
just stayed
Kong.
out the way.
2 from 2.
Yeah.
Good job. Go celebrate.
He said, you
Right,
told me
we've
you need to
got
buy a house here. I'm telling you, you got to move in that tower up there.
Right,
Be a
Pat.
condo, sign it
Get you a
up.
nice
Before we
tower.
go back to the guys, let's talk about the grip. Now, what do you think of Sergio's grip?
Hey, what's his grip anyway? Is he doing this one, or is he doing
Doing the,
just the saw?
just the, yeah.
God, I cannot putt
Okay,
like
let's
that.
have a look. Pat, can you do the saw? Let's see
Get on your
it.
knees and try it.
I'd have to look at his putter. Kidding me with Dom? Is this where he was?
Yeah, this is
No,
about
he's
right.
You
Let's
farther?
see the
I
saw.
thought it was farther.
Oh,
I
we're
was
moving
standing back
We're
there.
moving
Right
back.
in here.
So what's the key with the saw? We obviously just
It was
want the
not this
club
far,
face
wasn't it?
square at impact. You've made it so hard now, Benji.
Yeah, now you got it.
Go on, Pat, let's see one.
Just inside
Let me
that.
see here.
$100 if you make it. And then I get a whack at it.
Ooh.
That's not that fast,
That's
is it?
short,
Go on,
baby.
Benji, you'll go
How is
now.
that not fast? It looks like it's going down a windshield.
Got a little stymie action.
What's in the bunker?
Beautiful.
Wait.
Oh,
Pat,
what?
Benji,
I'll see
you
it.
need to get the other side of
For
the
you,
bag.
I'll see it.
No, I'll stay on my side.
I've
Pat,
seen those
I've got
hands.
one more thing before we
Huh.
hand it back. If Sergio's going to have a fantastic year this year, what does he need to keep doing? It's holding putts.
Well, he hits it just as good as anybody that plays the game, so he does need to hit some putts, though. But they know
the
who you
key.
are?
Sorry, can we just end on that? Look at Benji getting autographs. It's
God.
not just the player,
He's a hero here.
it's the caddy.
He's a hero here.
Back to you, Christian.
Oh, you absolutely love to see it. Just so much fun happening throughout the chaos. Rachel Drummond, Pat Perez, and joining us here, your favorite LIV Golf analyst, Jerry Fultz.
We're all his favorites. Everyone's his favorite.
I don't see anything wrong with
It
that, Jerry.
changes every day.
I know, every day.
We just closed out Championship Sunday. Sergio Garcia, Fireballs GC, domination here in Hong Kong. How are you feeling, Jerry?
It was good. It was exhilarating. It was kind of frenetic for me in the booth trying to keep track of everything because, you know, I have my anytime, any shot, anytime kind of set up. It was impossible to keep track on what was happening with the teams. Sergio kind of put it to bed after about the 11th hole when he made the 4 birdies in a row. But it was the performance out of him, I like to use the word surgical and clinical. He had a couple of loose shots, nothing crazy. Didn't take any stupid chances. Just hit quality shot after quality shot after quality shot all day long. Made the short putts when he needed to after starting off a little shaky, a little tentative on 1, 2, and 4. And then on 3, he made the eagle. That was the wrong speed as well. That thing was slamming past the hole if it didn't hit it. And after that, he just settled down and putted, I think, literally those last 12 or 13 holes was indicative of the way he's been putting. His putting is so far improved. Suann has documented it all week and all year, actually, in our third event. It's some of the best putting of his career. The ball striking has never been better. It's always reliable, but it's never been better. So, I mean, Sergio, I don't think he turned back the clock. Certainly not as much as Phil did. But I think Sergio is playing some of the best golf of his career.
Well, we're not that far away from the very first major of the year. Well, he'll be there, obviously, as a past champion. How much of the confidence you think this is going to lead into for him going to the Masters? Especially with the flat stick, by the way.
Yeah, for him and Phil both. You don't want to head into a major where you have such great memories. For Sergio, his only major. For Phil, his first of 6. You don't want to head into a major struggling with your game. And now we had 4 Masters champions in the top 10, or there were 11 people in the top 10, 4 of them including Patrick Reed and Jon Rahm. That's huge for those guys because Phil and Sergio know that course as good as they know their home course. It's just amazing how well they know it. If they play the kind of golf they played here this week, they're going to figure into it. And you'd be crazy to discount either of their chances, even though Phil's 54 years old and Sergio is, getting up there in his 40s.
Well, you mentioned Phil. Let's talk about Phil Mickelson again, High Flyers GC captain. He's spoke about his adjustments that he's made all week long, and it's proven to be a huge success. Like you said, if he keeps this up, what could happen here with Phil? Could we see a resurgence of Phil on that podium more frequently this year?
I said it at the end of our broadcast. We have seen great players, and he is certainly one of the greatest players of all time with just his record by itself. We've seen great players kind of catch lightning in a bottle once or twice late in their career. David Faraday even pointed out Tom Watson, who came one bad bounce away from winning the Open Championship at 59 years old. Would have been unthinkable. Greg Norman, I believe he had 36-hole lead at a very advanced stage in the Open Championship. I don't think this is catching lightning in a bottle for Phil. I know in his mind it certainly isn't. I think there's possible sustained quality play out of Phil that we haven't seen in a while. And it sounds ridiculous to say he's going to turn 55 June 16th. It sounds ridiculous to say, but I just know him too well. Those who know him well know that he believes he can do something special still in this game, whether it be one more time, catch lightning in the bottle one more time, or if he can, he didn't say, I think I can win another major. He said, I think I can win more majors.
Yeah, which is, what really impresses me about him is the motivation hasn't changed from day one.
He's got nothing to prove.
Nothing to prove. He's already a legend. He's already done so much for the game of golf, yet he's still maybe even more motivated than ever to play even better golf and play it differently than he used to.
Yeah. Most people, when they get to a certain age, that swing gets short, that swing gets slow. He says he doesn't have the speed that the kids have nowadays. That's because the kids just got faster, not because he got slower. But that swing, he's so limber and so athletic and so toned and so strong still at 54. I mean, I literally was... I would only go up a flight of stairs at 54 and stop for breath. So I don't know how he does it.
Well, at one point, I'll tell you what, the fans love to see it.
Yeah.
Because at one point in time, I think almost half of the people here were following Phil around, cheering for him today.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at what social media is saying about Phil Mickelson and all of what we saw in Championship Sunday. Unreal energy flying on social media about this man. I'm torn. I love seeing Garcia win, but I want to see Phil get his first LIV title. We know the feeling. Hashtag LIV broadcast. Join the conversation. Hong Kong just finished up and all of the fans are still excited. Still some fans here lingering now. Next up, Singapore, baby. We ready for Singapore?
Yeah, you guys ready to sweat it out?
Yeah, from Dom's hometown to Suann's hometown.
Love it. Suann, we're ready. We're excited. The fans are also excited about Singapore. Let's take a look.
Well, Sentosa Golf Club is just a very solid golf course. It's the kind of golf course that you have to be very precise.
It's quite unique. He plays longer than it really will seem in the score. The most challenging is the heat and being able to keep your focus. Once you kind of lose the focus and you get, exhausted from the heat, and then your game will start tanking. But the next biggest thing is the tee ball. The rough is going to be difficult to control the spin.
Yesterday I was just dropped a couple balls in the rough to see what it's like, and it's brutal.
There's a lot of hazards and bunkers out there.
There's probably 4 holes that you have to hit it really close to the water.
Every single water hazard that you have on the holes comes into play. Yeah, bombers can't hit it over the bunkers and waters out here.
But they leave gaps. So you cover the first bunker, stay short of the second one. That's kind of your window that you're hitting into.
But if you don't, it's very tricky.
This place is beautiful. Golf course is amazing. The city's amazing. Visually out here, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's just lush and green. I mean, I love this golf course.
It's quickly become one of my favorites and is in pristine shape. It's a beautiful golf course. If anybody has a chance to come here, I think you should.
And there goes that Sentosa Golf Club. Beautiful in Singapore. We can't wait to go there. And the champagne showers were flying with Fireballs GC and your winner, Sergio Garcia. All right, and joining Jerry and I is the best dressed man in all of Hong Kong, possibly, David Faraday. Welcome to Club 54 Post Round Show. You look good.
Nice to be here. Yeah, well, I thought I'd go sort of sherbet today.
I like it.
Yeah, the concierge of the hotel licked me on the way out, so I thought that was a good sign.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Not a first.
David, how are you feeling after today? Today was so exciting. We had so many different storylines. Jerry, David, if you had to choose one storyline other than the obvious with Sergio and Fireballs, which one would you choose today?
Well, you got to go with Phil. What an extraordinary story. As Jerry was saying, I was just listening off stage there. You know, I mean, he's 54 years old. He's playing as well, if not better than he did 10 years ago. I mean, he's just an amazing specimen. The kind of, his flexibility, the athleticism that he still has, and not just that, but the passion for the game. To keep going the way that he does, after what he's done, is just extraordinary.
David, you actually have a rich history here in Hong Kong, dating back to 1987. That was a year before I was even born.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Don't take that from
But
him.
you have an incredible story about Hong Kong. Is this true?
Well, it was 38 years ago. In fact, in 1987, in the third round, there was a rain delay here. And it was after 11 holes. I remember we were pulled off the golf course, and I hadn't played well at all that week. We like we did back then, we didn't, go to the gym or to stretch or anything like that. We went to the bar, and we were told that the play was pretty much done for the day. It was like a typhoon outside. It was just torrential rain and wind blowing, So, I mean, let's just say there were a few beverages consumed, after about 3 or 4 hours of that, and a couple of games of snooker. And they decided that the weather was good enough that we should go out and play again, which I wasn't expecting. I got out onto the 11th where I'd marked my ball, whatever, and I got over the putt that I had left, and I saw 2 holes.
Yeah.
And my father always said to me, he said, if that happens to you, if you see 2 holes, just aim for the one in the middle. So I did. And it went in, and I birdied 6 of the last 7 holes and finished second behind Ian Woosnam.
You finished second, seriously?
Yeah. So it wasn't anything that I felt like repeating it many times, but I never did. That was a one-off.
When's the documentary coming out, bro? Can you? I'll produce it if I need to.
Those were different times.
That's an incredible story, David. Thank you so much for sharing that. Now we have LIV Golf Singapore coming up next, Suan's hometown. David, I want to know from you, because I ask Jerry a lot of questions all the time. What are you looking forward to most as we head to Singapore?
Oh, to Singapore?
Yeah.
Well, we're staying in a great hotel.
Yeah.
And that for me is when we stayed in a wonderful hotel this week, as you know, the Ritz-Carlton, and Jerry is afraid to open his curtains because he's on the 115th floor.
It's frightening.
He gets airsick on a thick rug.
Is this true? Is this true?
Terrified.
Yeah, but it's a special place, Singapore. It's a city-state, and the golf course is great. The food is great. Hong Kong, Singapore. What's not to like?
And the warmth. I know you love the heat.
Oh, well, I'll be sweating like like a pregnant nun.
We have some beautiful B-roll of Sentosa Golf Club. Tell us about that a little bit more. You just mentioned it, but what's your favorite thing about it? What can we expect? What are these guys up against?
Well, it's a great deal longer. It's probably 600 or 700 yards longer than the one that they've just played. So it's a different test. It'll suit, some different players. But I'm just looking forward to see what Phil does next week.
And I think Sergio's already the favorite heading in.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
What about team?
What about team?
Yeah, you always say Legion 13, Jerry.
I know, and I thought they were getting it done today. At that course, absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. John Rahm's going to contend. He can't finish out of the top 10 unless he falls out of the tournament. Yeah, I think, and he's got Caleb Surratt's mind in the right place, strong team. I'm going to go with them until they prove me wrong. But right now, Fireballs are the powerhouse.
Yeah, and I actually, like a turncoat, I did switch allegiance this year.
To Fireballs?
To the Fireballs, yeah.
That's right, you picked them for the year.
I did, yeah. I picked them for the year.
Yeah.
I think young Luis is going to be a fantastic player. Well, yes. We've signed some great young talent, Yuban Zhang, Tom McKibben, Chepo Lee, in the off season, and they all look like they're going to be terrific players.
And perhaps the best of them all David Pooch could definitely be the best of all the young players in time.
Before we sign out of here, Jerry, do you have any final thoughts as we close out Hong Kong after seeing Sergio Garcia, Fireballs GC, win it all?
It was cool to see Sergio playing great golf, Phil Mickelson turning back the clock, and I think for a while, I'm going to miss Hong Kong. I love the city. I love going shopping for my dunks with you.
Probably the coolest outfit you have ever worn on this show, ever.
The fit and the skibbity riz I got going. Yeah, absolutely. No, I just enjoyed the heck out of it here.
The skibbity riz just made my day. Yeah, that might be my highlight of today. David, do you have any clue what that means?
No, I have absolutely no idea.
Sounds contagious.
I'm proud to say.
You have skibbity riz. That's all you need to know.
I did?
Yeah.
Really? I mean, can you get an ointment for it? Or
you know what? On that note, thank you guys for watching the Club 54 post-round show. It's been an absolute pleasure here in Hong Kong. That wraps up the coverage of Championship Sunday here at LIV Golf Hong Kong. Sergio Garcia walks away a champion as the LIV Golf Hong Kong individual title winner, and Fireball secures the team title. Stay tuned for more exciting golf action in the upcoming LIV Golf Singapore tournament. Thank you for watching Club 54. Hey, Jerry, David, you got me on this one? On 3, 1, 2, 3. Peace. Nothing.